Well, good day, everyone. Welcome to Health Check. Health Check is where you can stop, take a minute, check in on you. This is also an opportunity for you to just make sure that you're moving in and moving forward in your health lifestyle. This is all about promoting a culture of health, wellness, and healing. So, a culture, a way of living, a way of doing, where it moves from just being something we're practicing to a habit, to a lifestyle. It becomes automatic. And then from there, we pass it on to our children and children's children. As you know, those who have been with me for the past almost 3 years, and those who are tuning in that are newer, Health Check is sponsored by Kingdom Health Connections, Health Promotional Resource Center. So I'm glad that you were able to stop, take a minute, check in on you, and tune in with me on this day. As we talk about the importance of fiber. Fiber is so important. And as you've probably heard me over the past few months, maybe even if you've been with me almost for the past 3 years since I've been doing this, I've talked about different chronic health conditions, diabetes, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease. I've talked about asthma. I've talked about all these chronic conditions that are so common that I, as a primary care provider, have seen in office. And thank God I'm a believer in Jesus the Christ, because I see how we as a people, humanity, we have an opportunity to do something about our health. Though it might have been in our family line, maybe even in our generations. And, we've seen these things happen over and over. Mommy had this, daddy had this, granddaddy had these, pop had this, whatever the names are. And we have an opportunity to do something about it. So this is what Health Check is all about. This is what Kingdom Health Connections is all about. A kingdom has a culture. It has a way of living. And it's about making sure that we as a people really live this lifestyle. So that way, what's being prepared for the future, even for today, we don't have to be partakers of it. We don't have to become a statistic of it. Even if we have become, we have an opportunity to do something about it. So I just want to empower you and encourage you in your journey. And let's talk about some benefits of health. As I mentioned, benefits of fiber, rather, which is a benefit of health. We always end the broadcast talking about I choose life. We're choosing life. We want to eat life. We also want to make sure that we're promoting life in our bodies. There is a natural order of how our bodies were designed to function. And when we get out of that natural order, we then go into a natural disorder, because it's a natural process that's going to happen when we're out of that natural order. And when we're out of that natural order, that natural disorder kicks in. And that's when we deal with dis-ease. There's a dis-ease in our natural bodies. Yes, we may be believers in Jesus Christ. Yes, we may be preachers of the gospel, but we have to operate in a vessel. We have to operate in a body. We need the capacity of our physical bodies in order to fulfill our assignments in God, in order to fulfill our purposes, whatever we're here for. Maybe there's a vision, there's a dream, there's a business endeavor. You're an entrepreneur. Maybe you're a CEO of a company. Whoever's tuning in today, this is for you. We can be spiritually sound. We can be sound even in our soul. But if our physical bodies cannot hold the capacity and the weight of the assignment that we have, we're already out of that disorder. So we know we sometimes operate in our fallen nature, and we mess up. We're not perfect beings, but this is an opportunity for us to check in, to tune in, and let's get back to the basics. Throughout the year, as I mentioned, it's going to be all about nutrition, because more than 50% of why these chronic conditions exist is because of our nutrition and the lack of good nutrition. Something simple. So really, I could call this back to the basics, because it's really getting back to the basics, the ABCs of health. It's really simple. Every time you might have gone to your primary care provider, your specialist, it always goes back to you got to lose weight. You got to eat healthy. You got to do this. All these prescriptive activities. And maybe you're like, how do I do this? I'm praying that Health Check sponsored by Kingdom Health Connections, really helps with the fine detail that helps you along the way in between your 3-month appointments, your 6-month appointments. So that way you can be better, because we can be better. We can do better. I myself, as a primary care provider, a nursing professor as well, a teacher of providers, right? I'm on this journey too as well. This is a lifestyle. We have legacy to leave. We have things to leave for our children, our children's children, and we want to promote a lifestyle of health, wellness, and healing, especially if we're in the body of Christ. So let's talk about the benefits of fiber. We see the benefits of fiber scripturally, as we might have even looked at Daniel's fast. If we look in the book of Daniel, we see that the benefits of fiber. When Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego decided to fast, they were their skin was clearer, their intelligence was sharper, and they were 10 times better than the rest who were eating the choicest foods, the choicest meats, the choicest wines, things of that sort. But what did they consume? They consume a lot of fiber. So when we're talking about fiber, we're talking about fruits, we're talking about veggies, we're talking about whole grains. Fibrous content comes from fruits, veggies, and whole grains. It doesn't matter what chronic condition you might have been diagnosed with, you're at risk for, you're going to hear the same thing. There are ABCs of health that are pretty simple, really simple, but we've got to practice the discipline to activate the simplicity of it, get back to the natural order of actually what works for our bodies. So I said that it's been proven scripturally, but it's also been proven today. Study after study, if you're interested in that, I am. Reading studies, reading research, and seeing what's out there and seeing the benefits. You know, you'll hear things about the Mediterranean diet. I like to say eating style or eating pattern, because a diet is something you do and then you stop. You do and then you stop. But when it's an eating style and it's an eating pattern, you don't turn it off and you don't turn it on. It's a continuous thing. It's not something you're just trying for a quick 10-pound weight loss. This is something that you're doing every single day. Maybe you try it. Maybe you try it for 10 days. That's not bad, but then you see the positive benefits of it and you continue it as well. So fruits, veggies, whole grains, that's usually your main sources of fiber. So what are some benefits of fiber? It helps to alleviate constipation. And how does this happen? It helps to alleviate constipation because it helps to regulate our bowel movement function. It helps to draw water into the colon. March is Colorectal Health Awareness Month. It's actually Colorectal Cancer Awareness, but we're going to switch it around. Colorectal Health Awareness Month. It draws water into the colon, so that way the stool becomes bulkier, it becomes softer, and you're able to easily pass it. And it helps to regulate those bowel movements. Really, after we have a meal, we should be having a bowel movement. That should be something we should be passing stool. That should be happening. When it doesn't happen, you know, at minimum, it's always good to at least be going at least once or twice a day. If not, then we probably need to increase more fiber in our diet. When we increase the fiber in our eating pattern, rather, let me change the language. It actually helps to promote the prebiotics, the probiotics that maybe we might be getting over the counter, which helps to regulate that bowel pattern. It actually can help to alleviate irritable bowel syndrome symptoms, whether it's diarrhea or constipation. So it really helps to alleviate constipation. And constipation isn't good. Let me go on to the next part, because constipation has been correlated with GI tract cancers. So gastrointestinal tract cancers. The more likely someone is constipated, it does increase the risk of cancers. Stool waste staying longer than what it needs to stay can cause the cells in the GI tract to begin to change. And it's not changing for the better. It's not changing for the good. So increasing fiber in our eating style and our eating pattern, that's our fruits, our veggies, our whole grains, will really help to prevent cancers in the body. Again, the natural order, these disorders, these diseases usually will have a lower likelihood of even showing up in our bodies because we're consuming things that are good for our bodies. Something else that fiber helps to do, it helps to lower our cholesterol levels. It binds to the substance called bile, which is made of cholesterol. So essentially, fiber binds to cholesterol and we get rid of it in our stool. We get rid of it after we have a meal. So it helps to lower cholesterol levels. Well, if low cholesterol levels go down, so does the risk of heart disease or any cardiovascular event. So increasing the fiber in our eating style and pattern really does help our heart as well as our GI tract. It helps to lower our glucose levels as well. So because fiber helps to slow down how fast our food goes throughout our GI tract, it slows down how fast our food goes into our intestines. So as a result, if it slows that down, it's less likely to cause blood sugar spikes. So if it's less likely to cause spikes, then our blood sugars are usually normalized. They're in a homeostatic state. So as a result, we don't have spikes, which would then cause us to eat more. Or because if our sugar is going down, our body's like, you need to eat, you need to eat, you need to eat. It helps to lower our glucose levels. We are able to even eliminate what we need to eliminate and metabolize what we need to metabolize in order for our glucose levels to be normalized. And the last last benefit that I want to share for today is it aids in weight loss. When we eat more fiber, when fiber is a daily component and several times a day in our eating patterns, we're more likely to be satiated, so satisfied, feel full sooner and longer. And as a result, we may eat less. We're less likely to have those hunger cravings, those hunger spikes that would cause us to eat more than what we need to. A lot of times when we have those hunger cravings and spikes, we're more likely to go for things that are higher in calories. And then it just adds on the calories. And if we're not moving as much, it causes weight gain. So it aids in weight loss. This is why we'll see things that are more plant-based, eating patterns that are more plant-based, that are more fruits and veggies promoted. It's more likely for an individual to lose weight when there's less carbs that are consumed as well. So these are some good benefits of fiber, which helps our bodies overall. So let's go ahead and put hashtag I choose life. Let's say how we're going to do it by consuming more fruits and veggies. Maybe you haven't been doing any at all. And if you haven't been doing any fruits or veggies at all, try with one serving a day. If that's too much to start off with, that's okay. It's okay to start somewhere. Maybe try with once every other day, once every 2 days, and then put yourself on a schedule until you start to increase the amount of what you're consuming. I do want to advise and give a disclaimer. This is just for information. This is not a prescriptive lifestyle that I'm giving to you here on this broadcast. As always, you want to be in contact with your primary care provider. You want to be in contact with your specialist too as well, because you don't want to increase fiber too much too fast, because that can also be dangerous. And you want it to be gradual. And your fiber consumption may be specific. It needs to be specific to your needs. So you need to be in contact with your primary care provider or your specialist as well. So again, health information, health education, general information that applies really to everyone, but the specific needs are specific to you, your lifestyle, as well as doing it in correlation with your primary care provider. So, we have the choice today between life, death, blessings, and curses. I call on all of heaven to witness the decision that you and I make. Oh, that we would choose life by even eating life, so that we can live and our descendants can live as well. Go ahead, put hashtag I choose life. If you have any questions, feel free to put them here. Email me at kingdomhealthtah@gmail.com as well. I hope you can also like and share this. Like and share. Let's get the information everywhere. Let's get the bars. All right. Like and share, like and share. Let's get the information everywhere. Let's get the education everywhere. And also like and share, whether it's on YouTube, the Kingdom Health Connections page, Facebook Live, the Apostles House page too as well. I'm blessed and honored to share with you via my gift of knowledge, of education, and even in this mountain of influence. I'm so delighted to share. And let's really get back to the natural order for how our bodies were designed. All things nutrition in 2023. We got to go for this, because as we eat better, we're going to live better. We want to eat life so we can live, right? We want to eat life so we can live. So go ahead and put hashtag I choose life. And I will see you here again, 9 a.m. Tuesday, 9 a.m. I'll see you then. I'm your host, Dr. Vanessa Bolling. Be blessed, everyone. Bye-bye.